you don't know.
May I give an example?
You don't know what you don't know. Example?
All right. So, can anybody tell me what is your habit when you cross the street?
Stop, look both ways.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait for the light.
And then you
This
cross,
is your mom
right?
talking.
Yeah.
I remember that. Left, right, and then
You
left
look
again.
left, right,
Well,
Yeah,
left
like-
again.
You learned that in kindergarten.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
wait 2
Or before
seconds.
kindergarten.
Yeah.
Mom and
If
Dad
your
might-
parents are doing their job right, they say, "Hey, you need to watch out for cars. Hold my hand."
Wait around, look around, make sure if they're cars and
Right.
make sure they stop before you take a step.
But
Why do
what
we do that?
changed? Yeah.
What's that?
Why do we do that?
Because there's a lot of people who are distracted and
Oh, so they're not paying attention
they're not paying attention.
To you.
Right.
to you.
Right.
So it
They
means
don't
you
see
have to take it upon yourself
Correct.
to keep yourself safe.
Right.
So what changed from when we were little kids to now?
What happened?
Yeah, what changed, right?
Yeah, what changed?
We became, we think we're invincible and we don't have to do that anymore
Well, people will.
because we're adults now.
Right.
They can see me now over the car.
Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah. And I'll
Especially-
win it. I'll
but
win
that's the-
against the car.
When the light changes to green, you look left, right.
Right.
And how many people have you seen just go,
Oh, totally.
Oh, yeah, I've seen a guy. run
And that's
into
the
a-
thing
a
though,
pole.
right?
Whoa, really?
When you
Because
come
he was-
across, that lady
Mhm.
hurrying up to walk,
right?
and then you almost bump at her,
Yeah.
oh, I'll be the one to say, oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm the one who will say it, not
Yeah.
her.
Instead
Because
of her, right.
She's in a rush.
yeah, she's in a rush.
Yeah, they're just trying to get from point A to point as quickly as possible
They're
so nobody
stressed.
mugs them or anything.
They're
Yeah,
stressed.
and they're freaked out.
Right.
Yeah, and I noticed some of the people are more kinder now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hope
Thank you. Excuse me. I just felt that they are more kinder and polite. But
Yeah.
then I felt bad when I saw the TV and this a Filipino. I never thought that she's
Yeah.
a Filipina. Just walking, an elderly, and then she's walking that way, and then just this man just kicked him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
New
maybe
York.
That man is crazy.
Yes, that's the New York.
Crazy,
Yeah.
and he also had done bad to his mother. So
Right.
maybe something wrong in
Yeah,
his mind.
Could be.
So I felt bad for the Filipina.
Yeah,
that was,
and after
hit
she
several
fell to the
times.
ground, and we're going to talk about this later. When she fell to the ground, the guy starts kicking her.
Yeah, that's-
You know,
that's
so
my heart.
we're also going to talk about that
Yeah,
in a little
yeah, we'll
bit.
bring it
So
up,
we're
but
going to talk about that.
The point is that when there is an immediate danger that we understand, such as a vehicle traveling 25, 30 miles an hour that could possibly hit us, we're aware. But we don't do that when we walk out of our door. We don't do that when we're walking down the sidewalk. And that's when these attacks happen. We don't do it when we're at the laundromat with our back to the door because, well, we're in a safe place. But are we really? Anything that's accessible to anyone is not a safe place. Not to say that you're going to be scared everywhere you go, but enough to acknowledge, hey, you know what? Maybe I should every once in a while look at the front door and see who comes in and out of this place.
Let me turn towards the door so I see what's happening. And it's just
Little
those, again,
things like
little
that.
things like that slipped our mind from when we were little, being told every day, to now being an adult, we're telling our kids, but we don't do
We
it.
don't do
And
it.
especially they said I look like a Chinese, and when I am in Chinatown
Uh-huh.
in San Francisco,
Yeah.
they talk to me in Chinese. And then when I went to Nicaragua
Yeah.
for a missionary trip, I look like like
Spanish.
Like a
them.
native, yeah.
Yeah.
So I said, my husband will not be the victim. I think I will.
Yeah, you fit all the descriptions.
Yes.
All right, so as we go along throughout this seminar, right, I want you guys to ask a lot of questions
Yeah.
because we don't know what's going on in your heads.
Yeah.
We're not going to pretend to know.
No.
You all have your own different ideas of things that you do on your daily basis.
Valid idea.
So we have to hear those things so we can guide you maybe thinking about it differently or saying, yeah, exactly, that's what you should do. You know, we want you to be comfortable enough to ask anything you need to ask. There are no dumb questions, so please, forget that. Just ask questions. And maybe to you it might feel dumb, but somebody else might get something out of it. So please ask questions. Were you going to raise your hand there, Karenelle?
All right, before we continue, just to let you know, the children that keep running in and out, the two girls are my daughters.
Oh, they're so cute.
Thank you. They're with me on the weekend, so that
Oh, that's
they're with me now.
wonderful.
They like
They're
that.
what is behind that black curtain?
Oh.
So people coming and going. Like, I want to know.
Rhea
what's
and the Last Dragon is back there.
Rhea, yeah, was playing.
Oh,
they were watching TV
cute.
because he has to have a TV in his little gym. So.
Oh,
There's a gym inside there.
nice. Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and move along.
Yes.
A lot of times what you're hearing in the news is fairly accurate, but but there are some things that get changed by the media themselves, and that's the unfortunate thing.
To make you scared.
Yeah, we had heard with the group that I'm with in San Francisco, United Peace Collaborative. The lady, the Chinese lady that was attacked in Chinatown, and who started beating
Waving
the guy
the
up
stick.
with a stick.
Oh, yeah.
Well, turns out she actually didn't do anything to the guy. It was a security guy that was there, and he beat up the gentleman. But by the time the news had gotten there, they saw the stick in her hand. They said, "Oh, she did this," and everybody went crazy because, "Oh my God, Wonder Woman!" Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
You know, and that's cool. You know, I guess they wanted a hero, and that's okay. But now, you know, there's going to be issues because all these people donated money. You know, and again, she didn't even take it because she knows she didn't do anything. Right? She was like,
donated
"No,"
it.
you know. So they're praising him for like, "Hey, you know, I don't want that money. I didn't do anything." So
Still a great person.
Yeah.
but the idea behind that is that you have to, you know, when you're hearing these articles and these things, dig a little deeper. You know, sometimes the media brings things up, and it's, I don't know whether they do it on purpose, but some stations do things or say things to put the fear of God in people.
Trauma sells.
And it drives me crazy when I see that. So I always try to research it and find out what really happened and how did that really go down. They actually have video of the security guy doing what he did. So, you know, that was there. And that it was just, again, if you don't look into these articles and say, okay, what really happened and how do I keep myself out of that problem? You know, so what we're going to do now is we're going to hand you out some things here. Oops, where's that?
There's one. Oh, that.
So, what happens if you get attacked, right? You want to go and hand these out?
Yeah, yeah.
What happens when you get attacked or something goes on and whatever else? 99.9% of the times, you don't even know it's happening. Even as you're getting hit, you don't realize anything has happened. Because again, that's your brain trying to protect you. Just like if you hear about people in a car accident, you know, say, "Oh, I don't even know what happened. The car rolled over several times. Oh, I didn't know it did that." You know, I remember when I got in a car accident, somebody from behind, my car rolled over, flipped over, and I got out and I climbed out, and I didn't realize the car had actually flipped over. I wasn't even cognizant of it while I was in the car, while it was flipping over. I didn't even know. So that's your brain protecting you in a sense to say, it's okay, calm down, even though, because you don't know. It just happened, you're like, oh, what happened? And you're upside down. Again, your body does things for you to keep itself safe. Just like the white blood cells, they'll attack anything foreign, and that's where you get the big blisters, because that's your body doing all the work for you. Same thing with your brain, it'll do certain things. When you get ready to almost trip or something, what's the first thing you do? Right? Either this way or this way. But by doing that, what happens? A lot of times you hear the injuries that, oh, they broke their wrists, they messed up their elbows or whatever. Because instinctively they do this, and that's your body and your brain saying, oh, brace yourself. And we did that when we were little, right? Every time we fell over, our hands would always drop. Oh, right? So I'm going to push Naeem down because I like beating him up. But watch how he falls. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Right? See what he did? I even tried to twist him. I didn't make it simple. This is not. We don't choreograph anything we do.
I actually fell earlier today too on my run.
Yeah. Now,
So I was. It's the first time I've fallen in years, but both of my feet came off the ground, and like you said, I didn't realize it happened until I actually hit the ground, and I fell like this.
Oh,
So here,
but look how
but
he felt.
I never really hit my face.
Yeah.
nice. But your elbows.
Ah, see, this is actually rug burn from an exercise. It wasn't from my fall. My hands actually cushioned everything because my first instinct wasn't to brace myself. It was just to allow the fall to happen, and once I could gain control in that process, then I take control.
So let's go back to my push on him. What did he do? He took his entire body and he played with it, right? He said, oh, he kept control of what was going on. He didn't just let me push him hard or anything, right?
I didn't stand up and
Yeah, he didn't try
chest out.
to brace himself or anything like that. If you've ever heard the stories of a drunk who's driving, gets in a car accident, they say, oh, I didn't even know. It's because their body, from all the alcohol, has been nullified, right? Their brains are like, they're all
they
dull.
flew through the windshield.
They went through the windshield,
but
they didn't even know. They get up like, oh, you know,
keys.
nothing, right? Because their body is so relaxed. So the idea here is to relax the body, just like that. When he fell over, he relaxed everything, and when he fell, he's just okay, good, I'm okay. So we're going to show you an idea on how to keep yourself relaxed, even though you're in motion. Sounds tricky, right? And it really isn't. First off, I want everybody to stand up for a second. And I want you to hold down your hand. Karen, come over here in the front just a little bit. You're going to hold out your hand here. Danny and Naeem are going to come down and push your hand down. Do not let them push your hand down, all right?
All right, this is a test of your strength. As strong as you can. Hold.
Don't worry about that. Don't let me push on you. See how you say it, right?
Good. Ready?
Hold your hand up. Don't let me push on you, ready?
Here,
so
watch,
easy,
watch. I'll do it with one finger then.
Okay. So now, what I want you to do is bring your hands here,
Close to the body.
right into your body. Now we're gonna push again. Don't let me push down.
There you go. Good.
Don't let me push down. I can't
Pinch. There. No, it's okay.
Right.
Don't worry about your money.
So,
I've been vaccinated.
what's going on is what I just showed you there is body mechanics, right? Your body mechanics, you are that strong,
So are you saying like if you are gonna fall instead of like that,
right?
go like this?
Well, fall over, right?
Like
Because
like-
now you're
like-
bracing your entire body against space. It becomes a
Yeah.
solid wall, almost, right?
So I teach my daughters, when you're falling, what should you do? Protect your face.
And that's where your hands come up.
Okay.
Because
It's
your arms
never-
are going to heal if they get scraped.
True.
But if you try to brace and this snaps,
Things breaks, then it's a longer heel, and it's
So you do that on concrete or
Yeah.
asphalt.
yeah, because again, it's more muscle here
Yeah.
rather than here because there's no bracings. If that snaps, you're gonna break a bone,
Right.
and you'll be out for at least 3 more months, right? And if you're elderly like we are,
Yeah.
it could be longer, right?
Just like us.
So by understanding just that idea of that I'm stronger a certain way than I am another way, right? So what I just showed you is going to come to play later on when we start to move. Go ahead and have a seat.
yes.
Um,
Thank you.
So we're just trying to open your mind to
I'm
show
gonna
you.
move down there.
Sure.
I'm just, a little hot.
Oh, no worries.
So what we're doing is we're opening your mind to let you know that you are a lot stronger than you actually are or think you are, right? And I'm sure this kind of gave you the idea. Yeah, wow, that's right. Simple ideas. We're not trying to give you anything really hard because you don't have time to take my 7-year class like Naeem did to become a black belt instructor,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'll go back. Sorry.
right?
No, we're working out the logistics as we go along. It's typical. It's par for the course. Yeah, just leave the chair there. It's fine. She'll just sit back there.
I'm such a delicate flower.
Ah, you're fine. So am I.
Well, we just
At
taught you
least
that
that's
you're
what my
not.
wife says. My wife tells me I'm a delicate flower. Okay, so again, the idea with what I just showed you is to teach you how you're actually a lot stronger than you think you are. And that little exercise, I'm hoping, proved it to all of you that, yeah, if you do certain things the right way, you don't really have to do things that are very stressful.
You know, they probably do it all the time.
Yeah, and you don't realize it.
How many of you try to make the grocery trip up with your bags in one go? You don't hold them out here, do you?
Like having 2 teenagers. No, but I do the.
Ah, see, exactly. You're close to your body. You keep everything close to the center of your core.
Back of the arm.
A lot stronger that way than trying to hold each individual out here.
So let's go ahead and move on now. So now that we understand that our body is a lot stronger than we think they are, how do we then use that for everything else that's going on in our day-to-day stuff, right? As Naeem said, you know, when you go out that door, do you look on the street first?
Left.
Is there anybody
Right.
that
Left
doesn't
again.
belong there? Is there a car that's been sitting outside for the last hour and a half? I mean, what's that guy doing there? Is he just sitting in the car or is he on his phone trying to get directions? Who knows? But if you're not aware that he is actually there, then you can be going outside and be getting followed by this guy that you don't know. So you have to always constantly understand what's going on. Like we said, your immediate surroundings, your
At least
personal
25
space.
feet out.
25 feet out, right?
Yeah.
Now, as we move closer, what then, right? I handed you guys a piece of paper that I want you to look at.
Mm-hmm. We have another one if you'd like. Yeah, we'll find it. We'll recycle it. Oh,
All right.
there you go.
All right, so
Oh,
at 15 feet away, right? if you're like me, I can see far, but I can't see close. Right? So this is about 15 feet away-ish,
Yeah.
right? But now, I suspect Naeem might be an attacker or could be an attacker or whatever. But as we're walking, what do I notice about Naeem? Right, so let's go around. Dave, what's the first thing you notice about Naeem?
Long hair.
Okay, good. Karen, what's the first thing you notice?
I was gonna say the long hair, but
You can say long hair, that's fine. Peg?
All in black.
All in black.
he's from Saudi.
Saudi.
Arab.
Okay. So what you all picked out was all the individual things that you look at. The first things that you notice in a person. You know, Dave looked at the head, right? Who said all black, right? You looked at the overall thing. Karen, you said again the hair, right? The beard and stuff, right? You recognize the face.
I look Arab.
right?
Truth be told, I'm actually Mexican.
Yes. So that paper that I just gave you is a rundown on how you should check out people from top to bottom. So when they asked you, what did the guy look like? He had long hair. He looked like he might have been from
Middle East,
Saudi,
yeah.
Middle Eastern, because he had a beard. And he was wearing all black. You see? And that's what you want to do. You don't want to go bounce up and down because you'll get confused. So that paper tells you, start from the top, work your way down.
And this is what cops actually ask you for. So in case of an incident, whether you are the victim or just a bystander, these are the things that they will look for to try to identify the person. Because that's the next step in what we're talking about. Safety is not just our own, but what about the people around us? Do we see somebody who looks like they could be a victim? Somebody following them? How do we then respond after the fact?
Yeah. So I want you guys to take those home and pass them out to whoever you can, because that's, you know, and it's not just for the Asian community, it's for anybody who could use these things. Just give them out. Don't use them to, you know, cover the pet
Pet cage.
you know, pet cage or anything like that, bird cages. Really, take a look at those. Now, also, there's a description for cars. You know, what kind of car did you see? What color was the car? You know, how many windows? Were there a crack on the windows? You know, again, all 5 of you picked something that was way up here on Naeem, except for a Peg there. She said overall he was wearing black. But when you can learn to be more discerning and say, oh, he had this, this, and this, and this.
He had a name tag with his name on it.
Yeah, his name was Naeem. You know.
Well, I think his name was.
Right. So here's the crazy thing. Watch this. Naeem, turn around. Okay, what did Karen D? What color shirt she wearing?
Karen D.
Oh.
Blue?
Blue. Good. What is Peggy wearing on her shirt?
Ooh.
Star Wars.
No, don't give the word.
I was gonna say something Hawaiian.
Right? But even he, as trained as he is, can he, you know, may or may not get a lot of things, right? But that's the thing. When you start practicing the idea of always looking somebody and going, oh, okay, then things will start to click. Then it becomes normal. Then you do it automatically.
I think, you know, speaking for our gender, I was always as conditioned to don't recognize anybody, don't look them in the face.
Right.
You know, just look up, look down, and try to be invisible.
And therein lies the problem.
Right. And that's what I've been conditioned to.
Right.
No one sees you, so no one's gonna care when something happens to you.
Right.
I was actually told to find something that they can't change.
Right.
Mm.
So, like I would say, you
Very
have
smart.
gauges, 'cause you can't change your gauges.
No.
out of your ears.
Very smart. I like that.
You know, and when we
Very
grow up,
distinctive,
everybody
yeah.
says, look the person in the eye.
Tattoos,
Look
right.
at, you know, look at their face. You know, greet them with a smile. And so you want to do that, and that's why everybody starts here. And that's why the PD will say, yeah, start from the top, work your way down, and go, oh, hi, how are you? And oh, great, and you do that. So, again, this is a wonderful tool that they gave out. You know, say, hey guys, use this on your seminar because this really helps. But if you can feed that into everybody you know, say from now on, every time you run across somebody, and oh, okay, right. So that's a nice little tool that we just gave you guys there. Now, that was 15 feet away. You know, now we're getting a little closer. Now things are getting a little hairy. Like, wait a minute, you know, what happens? Hairy. And I just shaved myself today, so I was looking like a chia pet. So I had to shave.
In his case, it would be fuzzy.
So now let's say the person's 5 feet away. You know, that's when, wow, now we're really having our space, you know, really in danger, right? Oh my God, you know, the guy can almost touch me, right? And I have that much shorter time to react to anything that could happen.
Keep in mind, this is 5 feet away. If at 25 feet you didn't notice anything, if at 10 or 15 feet you're still not aware, now you're 5 feet close. Now, if you did notice them 25 feet away and they're that close, it's very likely that they're headed towards you. So
Right.
keep that in mind, that there's a progression that happened here. It wasn't just, hey, Rick.
Hey, ta-da! You know, they don't. You know, people say, "Oh yeah, the guy just came out of nowhere." No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He came from somewhere, and that's why we start our seminar with 25 feet away. And as things get closer and closer, now it's getting. Wait a minute, I saw you 25 feet away. Now all of a sudden you're 5 feet from me.
How you doing? What can I help you
Something is wrong. All of a sudden we know. Oh shoot! Should I have been paying attention? Should I have been more aware when he was further out? When I could have made a turn, or go a different direction, or maybe pull out my phone and something. And this is exactly what this class is about, isn't it now? It's like how to be aware that by the time he gets to 5 feet, you didn't do your homework. You were not, you know, cognizant of the things around you. You totally blew off the, yes.
A question, do you guys know statistically, some of the, what I hear, especially around Christmas time when people are shopping, women especially, carrying their bags, going to their cars, blah, 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 very distracted, that's an opportune time to get mugged or, you know. assaulted.
Yes, and
So is-
It's actually in our rape prevention class.
one of the handouts that I'm going to be giving you guys, it's called a Basic Self-Protection Rape Prevention. And
But I have, my question
go
is,
ahead.
sorry, statistically, are you, if I'm the
Victim?
woman or the person
The
going
victim?
to my car, yeah, I mean, I'm the potential victim, am I a victim at the time I get to the car or way before I get to the car because somebody notices that?
most likely before you get to the car. When you're walking in that parking lot and you have all those bags in your hands, the moment that your hands are both tied up, holding something, you've become a victim.
You're
Potential.
enticing.
Even though I am scanning?
Doesn't matter.
Does really?
Because what happened, are you going to put your bags down?
No. God damn it, I fought for these.
Exactly, right? Especially if there was a sale
Oh, yeah.
Darn right.
and there's no more, you got the last one.
Darn right.
You're not going to let go of that bag.
And where do the bags go once you get in the car?
In the trunk.
Oh, so will you be watching behind you, or will you be putting things in the trunk?